Champions Corner podcast, where the real fans meet, where your best friends for wrestling. Like I said, if you ain't got no friends to watch wrestling, you can talk to us, man. We right here. Check out our channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to us. But I got my brothers in the building. I ain't seen one of my brothers in a little minute, I feel like. So let me introduce him first. The historian, Mr. Lonnie Nesbitt. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, story had a couple of things going on, but we all right. We back in place, man, and still following along, keeping tabs on everything. So don't think the story ain't here looking if he ain't on here. You know what I'm saying? But we having a good time, and I'm happy to be here with y'all, brothers, man. It's crazy. For those of you who don't know, this is like 30 years of friendship. So we're the
Hey,
real fans.
hey, friendship and like history of wrestling business. We know what we talking about. So hey, continue to watch us because, like I said, we got the history, we got everything going. Especially the historian back on the show, and we know we got a professor of wrestling, Mr. BJ. You know he gonna tell it like it is. What's going on, BJ?
Hey, what's going on? I hope all of you are having a great weekend and hope a good week going forward as we approach into April.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And today on this show, we're gonna talk a little bit about SmackDown and whatnot. See how Cody Rhodes finally returned after that beatdown Randy Orton gave him, and why Jelly Roll is on all over this show. And are you mad about Sami getting the U.S. title? So I mean, we all that plus more from this group right here on the Champions Corner podcast. But let's go ahead and start talking about Cody and Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been, having a tear. He did that beat down to Cody, and he's trying to show his viciousness right now. He beat down Matt Cardona, and Matt Cardona, he tried to get his get back this week, even though he still got a hurt arm. So I don't know. I don't think that was a smart idea from Mr. Matt Cardona. Uh,
Agreed.
but I mean, Randy Orton, like I said, he's trying to get this heat, and that's the big focus right now. Trying to get Randy Orton to look like the bad guy. I mean, he can look like it, but the fans are still cheering this man. So, are y'all feeling how they trying to present Randy Orton right now? I'll start with you, Lonnie.
Um, you know, um, I see they're trying, right? But at this point, Randy, there are people who've been wanting two things: Randy Orton heel turn and Randy Orton versus Cody. We're getting both of them. Now, I know a lot of people, the wrestling community, has been talking about speculating Randy Orton '09. I never heard WWE say that. I know they probably want that, but he really had to do something crazy. I think one time, Mr. Highlights, you said something about maybe attacking Brandy or something like that. That would be the thing. They really wanted to get him over to be like a really super over heel. But the thing about Randy Orton right now, at this point in his career, just like John Cena last year, they will boo him, but they love him at the same time. So they're going to celebrate everything he do. So, it's kind of hard. Now, to answer the question initially, do I like what they're doing? Yes. I think they was about to reveal something about that phone call conversation this past week until Matt Cardona interfered in it, right, at the beginning of the show. But I like what they're doing, but at the same time, if they really want to get them like that super heat, RKO and Jelly Roll's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Because Jelly Roll, although people like him, he doesn't have that much stake in the wrestling business. They'll like him because, he'll make an album next year. He good to go. But so they want to get more heat, like actual heat on Randy Orton. He really have to do something really crazy like that. Like when '09 when he attacked Stephanie. He kissed her. When he kissed her after DDT in there, and then hitting Triple H with it. That's something right there, he had to do. So unless he does something like that to really get him over that, and again, we have about 20 days or something like that before the show. So I like what they're doing, but I think they'll have to take their time and build this up right now. And the one last thing I'll say, and then we'll probably get into this, but so forgive me if I'm jumping the gun here. I see this, especially after the fight they had on Friday, I see Cody and Randy being like an old school Ric Flair versus Harley Race type thing. Like blood gushing, like a fight, a wrestling match, but a fight, because that's the way I see it going, because I think that would really work. You know what I'm saying? Like that old school type of feel, like both men are bleeding, and who's gonna get the last move to try to take them out to get the victory. That's how I see it going. Good, I could be wrong, but that's the way I kind of want it to be like that. So anyway, that's my take on that.
Okay. Hey, BJ, how you feeling about Randy Orton right now? You think he's doing enough? You think Cody will come back, get the fans back on his side? I was saying he should have done a promo. I mean, we can do the pull apart. I mean, that's fine. Everybody's going to do that in all these rivalries, whatnot. But I wanted to hear from Cody a little bit more than what they. I mean, they didn't really. We just heard him talking to Nick Aldis and a lot of Nick Aldis about what he was going to do. Just talk to him, and he just went in there right in and fought him. So, do you like how Cody's acting, and how are you feeling about Randy Orton right now?
Um, um, well, I don't mind how Cody's acting. Cody's acting. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Y'all know I'm a Cody enthusiast. So I'm just.
Oh, as am I. As am I.
Yeah. So as far as Randy thing goes, I do think Randy is doing what Randy would do in a situation if he has to go to a place that he feels is dark. He's RKOing people, and not for nothing. Matt Cardona is sticking his nose in business that doesn't belong in any of his. So it's like I can see why Randy Orton's getting kind of tired of him. Last week, I believe, Matt was in his face about how you gonna act like that, and Randy's like, "Dude, what are you talking about? Why are you even in my face? Who are you? You're fortunate enough to be here because your wife is over, or whatever he said." He called him a mark. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
Yeah, right, a nerd and all that. So I don't mind it. It's just that in the end of it, that's not going to get people to boo Randy. Because Matt Cardona, people don't have a strong emotional attachment to him, so he can beat him up all he wants to, and it's like, okay, it's cool. Randy Orton's doing RKOs. Crowd chants RKOs, right? Him RKOing Jelly Roll, like Lonnie said, yeah, that's not going to do anything because, yeah, Jelly Roll's kind of a nice guy, but in the end, it's RKO. The crowd chants RKOs. I even hear you saying he needs to attack Brandy. Brandy isn't bad. The only problem is in WWE, that audience doesn't really know who she is. So I don't know if there's a strong emotional attachment if she got attacked either. I think it'd be like, well, that's Randy doing RKOs. RKOs. He needs to punt kick his dog Pharaoh. That would get the crowd to boo him. If it was a situation where Randy was at the tour bus area that Cody drives in or rides in, and they get into a scuffle, and you see the dog just get off the bus, you see him on the camera. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden Randy just notices too, and you see him kind of go off camera and do that slap of a kick, and you hear the dog, whatever. Dude, the crowd will pause, and then they will probably turn on him. People love dogs.
I know, yeah.
And you see him lying. You tell a dog to play dead, and he can play dead well. Oh, you put a little.
Oh my God! They really.
They don't think he killed that dog.
That'll be weird.
So I think that's how you get Randy to be booed going into that match. That might negate a lot of what we talk about how people want to see history, how people want to see. Because I mean, in the end of it, Randy is going to get cheered all the way through. You're absolutely right. Who doesn't want to see him get closer to 15? Who doesn't want to see him get closer to a bigger legacy? He was a legend killer who's now becoming a legend maker, right? Well, whatever. I think if you want to try to create the heel face dynamic, and you want Cody as the face, that's what you have to do. In the end of it, I still got Orton winning. Because I just feel like it's also a better story if Cody goes a different path. I want to see him out the world title picture. I think there's Cody fatigue, so I might want to quell that and give Randy his run and let him go 08, 09, or whatever year people claim Randy was at his best. And I think this Randy Orton is the best Randy Orton personally. I like the Legend Killer version, but I've never been a fan of Randy Orton. I actually find myself interested in Randy Orton for the first time, so I like to see where this goes. And I really want to see him punk kick that dog because I think that would be
man. Hey, that'll be real drastic, but I think we can pull that off. I don't know if we're gonna get all the animal rights companies coming at you. I don't know.
You know what? Sometimes heat is heat, right? Heat is heat. So you want the man booed. That's your answer. If you don't want him booed, let him go the path he's going. But if you want him to get booed, I think that's it. I can't think of no other way. Let's just say that.
I don't know. Like I said, I was talking about before the show about who's Randy on the phone with, because that's like another factor we thought we was going to get the answer to. Like this past SmackDown, even the SmackDown before, we kind of thought we was going to get the answer to that. And like I said, a lot of people were saying it's a lot of all these big names and a lot of people like known names that can return and be on Randy's side or whatever it is with the story. But to me, like I said, I've told Mr. Player this. That's just going to give him more cheers. Like they want to see a legend back. That's gonna, even if it's his dad, and I don't even know if his dad is up to even coming down the ramp or even showing up.
Yeah.
So, and The Rock, of course, he gonna get cheers. And why would The Rock come to deal with this and he's not dealing with stuff with his own family on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, okay. That's
So that makes no sense to me either.
Yeah,
Ric Flair probably still AEW, but what is he gonna do really? I mean,
No.
but that's still gonna be get cheers because nostalgia, evolution. Okay, he's back with him. Oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ted DiBiase can't go legal troubles, even though he got to quit it.
Yeah, I think I
But
gotta quit it. So you may be able to, but I don't think anyone would care.
right, I mean, I don't care like that. So like I said, my thing, like I said, I think the Birthright group in NXT is perfect. It sounds like he's getting coached on the phone, but actually he could be talking to Regal or Fit Finley, who are two fathers of members of these group, wrestlers in this group, Birthright. Everybody in this group has a father that was wrestling, so they have a legacy. So it's like Randy Orton is replacing Cody and Ted DiBiase Jr. I have a new group I'm bringing up. Then they're going to be better than you. But right now, they're doing better than you, and what they like I said, they could beat Cody down or something like that, and that's going to get heat because nobody's going to cheer them, and they know Randy Orton could beat down Cody by himself. So why would he need this group? So they might put heat on Randy Orton himself from that because that's the thing, we're trying to get Randy Orton heat, and this group right here. Like you can say nobody's unless you watch NXT. Like why is he getting help to fight Cody? Why does he need this to fight Cody? We want to see him fight. We want to see him do the work. We want to see him, manage people. We want to see him RKO. We want to see him punt kick. But if they're doing the work and beating down Cody and keeping them away from him, he doesn't have to do all that. So he can't get the cheers of those moves. So let him talk to Regal. Be talking to Regal or Fit Philly on the phone. And so they could bring their group to help Randy Orton with this and get 15. I want Cody to win. I'm just saying. I want Cody to win at WrestleMania to prove why he even got the belt back from Drew. Because like I said, I'm more of a Cody fan. I want Cody to continue to take this, be the quarterback in this. I want him to be a transitional champion just to get the belt back from Drew to give it to Cody, to give it to Randy. Just like I feel Sami Zayn is doing, getting it from Carmelo, about to give it to Trick. But we'll talk about that in a second. I mean, that's
to that point. How do we know that Randy could beat Cody? Has Randy ever beaten Cody? Because Cody beat him in the King of the Ring finals.
He did, but I'm saying he beat down Cody. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need help to beat Cody down or get in Cody's head or wherever it is.
Well, I don't know because I'm looking through the history and I don't think. No, I can't find when Randy's beaten Cody probably before he left, but since coming back, Cody has gotten the best of Randy in every situation. They've only fought twice. Cody's won both times. That could be legitimate. I might need help, but
and that's another thing. I mean, like I said, that just add to the heat, and because fans might think, they might not even be looking stuff up like that. And it's like, Randy did all that big beatdown, and you can't beat Cody. You got to get these guys to help you. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it could be
Well, it's kind of a scenario like last year that led to it eventually. Because at the time, I don't think Cody ever beat Cena up until SummerSlam of last year. So, and of course, it was help for WrestleMania 41 with Travis Scott. That's his name, Travis Scott.
Yeah.
When he came out and kind of got that distracted, and Cody hesitated, and of course that cost him, as we know. But to your point. So, Professor, leading up to WrestleMania 26, which ended up being the legacy triple threat match, with Randy, Cody, and Ted, there were matches that were leading up to it, multiple matches they was having. And I was like, I remember watching it. I was like, well, how they going to have a match? Because they kept having these different matches, either one-on-one or handicap. I'm like, well, they did them all. And then they ended up making it a triple threat. And Randy won the match. I just can't remember who he pinned in the match right now, to be honest with you. But he ended up winning the match. But I think because he RKO both of them, so I just don't remember who he pinned. But to your point, Professor, since Cody's been back, unless you want to count the Chamber, which both of them was exhausted.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you want to count that, that's the pinfall there. But at this particular point, it has to be a little bit more. This is it's the title is on the line, and Randy wants that, but it's something edgier there too. That's not being revealed right now. I think. It could be the point where Randy wants to prove he can still hang. He has to beat the top dog, right? That for a legend like that. Because think about it, he lost to Cena on the way out, right? The last 2 times he fought Gunther, he lost in the King of the Ring finals twice, right?
Orton.
Yep. Then he lost the world title match against Gunther, right? And you can even throw this in there if you want to. He comes back from an injury. They put him out for the years, and then like an hour later, not even that long, 30 minutes later, maybe CM Punk comes back, and that's overshadowed.
That's what it. Okay, that's right. That was the War Games. I'm looking at the War Games. Randy Orton was in. I forgot he was in there. But that's the same time Punk came back. Oh, that's what that is.
So you got all the different things, and he said it for the last that's like 4 years ago, whatever it was, 3-4 years ago. He said it. Hearing y'all say my son was like the best feeling, but then honestly, it's like the most emptiest feeling. I need number 15. And then with Cena doing it and retired now, what does that do for Orton? Now that Cena retired, he's not gonna get 18, so I need to surpass that. Right? So all these different motivating factors come into place with this, and why not happen to be beat? Because think about it, Randy Orton came back to get revenge on Roman Reigns, and he has not done that yet since he's been back.
A lot of people haven't seen.
You know what I'm saying? See, that's my point. You forgot about it, right? Because he said, I think when Cody went after Roman, he said, I could be patient and wait. You know what I'm saying? But now he's a heel about to go after Cody, who's a top dog, right? So now, what's he gonna do if you don't get this? What you gonna switch over and fight Punk or Roman again? Whoever wins that match, right? So this is support for him. He has a lot of driven factors, and he's putting all his aces out, talking to somebody on the phone, right? Because he knows if he knows he can't beat. Because think about it, he pinned Cody because of a distraction, right? Yeah, he pinned him off the distraction. Quick RKO, boom. Now, if Cody gets distracted again, then boom, that can happen again. And he knows Cody gets distracted easily in matches.
Hey, listen, you ain't got to convince me. I already got Orton winning. I already think Orton's going to win at Mania. I like Cody, but I really do think Orton's going to win.
Yeah. So that's my take on that, man. I hope, I hope that, this week we may get to see who's on the phone call. I hope it's not me personally. I don't want it to be somebody walks on in Mania and do it. I'd rather it be before Mania. I'd rather it be before that. But I guess we have to wait and see. So maybe this Friday, I think you know what? Friday they're in St. Louis. So because NXT is San Delivers the next day. So in St. Louis. So you might be onto something there. But so you know what I'm saying? So now there you go. St. Louis. So Randy gonna get cheered there. Don't even try to create something that's gonna cause Cody to get a face and Randy to get heat.
All right.
Don't really try that, because they in St. Louis. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, that's the only way I see right now. I'm just saying, and it lines up with the stand and delivery. That's gonna be the day after, or maybe it's on a Saturday, right? Yeah. Yep. So I mean, it just lines up. Like I said, NXT gonna be in town, and y'all gonna be right there in SmackDown. So I mean, that's just my thoughts. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I still see Cody winning, man. Like, why would he just get the belt back from Drew to go in and give it to Randy? I don't know. Well, I feel like Cody wanted to prove something with this reign.
Well, you remember? So, I guess a good veil the curtain. The notion here was that TKO wanted Cody in the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, and the only way to do that was to take the title off of him. There was also the story that Drew were pushing for Drew to win, I think, at Saturday Night's Main Event. They finally pulled the trigger on it. But nonetheless, it was believed that TKO was trying to push ticket sales to Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumble. And the way to do that was to put Cody in these matches. And that's why Drew had the run he had from that standpoint.
So the one thing I would say with that, what I would have done if I was in that booking chief, you could have did that. Okay, maybe not. Okay. So let's start with the Rumble first. If you really want to do that, let's do something they only done like twice. Put the title on the line in the Rumble, right? right?
Oh, that
And
would have
then
made me. Yeah, that would have been
yeah,
big.
yeah, and then and after that, which they haven't done in a while for this title, if you want Cody in the title chamber, put the title on the line in the chamber.
Well,
No.
Drew should have put the title on the line in the chamber.
Yeah,
Right,
See,
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
whole thing because the story made more sense because Drew was pissing off everyone building up to that chamber. So it was like
Yeah.
Nick Aldis could be like, "See, Drew, usually this match is a match type for people to determine who the number one contender is, but you'd have made everyone upset. That as far as I'm concerned, they're all the number one contender, and you're defending the title against all of them this year's chamber, and that would have been big because that way Cody could have won it back. Now, how do you get Orton into that match? Well, you could just write the whole Orton being mad at Cody, and they could just feud off of their history alone. And Cody could just put the title on the line. You could have done all that.
Yeah, I mean, well, with that scenario, I mean, Randy could have just attacked him like he did anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, and then that would have been enough for Cody because, again, you'd have been like, dude, what's wrong with you? And then Orton just keeps putting the pressure on. And he attacks Jelly Roll, who's also a good friend. He attacks Matt Cardona, who's a good friend of Cody. And then that way, Cody would be like, that's it, we're on. In a street fight, because, Cody does. When Cody gets serious, he puts you in a rough match sometimes. He stays the hell. I don't know.
Well, that SummerSlam with Cena was a lot.
Yeah,
It was all
his
over the
match
place.
with Kevin Owens. What was that, ladder match?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that was crazy.
When he Alabama slammed him through that ladder, man, I thought
Yeah.
Kevin broke something for real. And
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I was like, wow.
Miss Kevin
yeah.
Owens.
Was that a last man standing match? I don't know.
No, that was a ladder match.
Was it a ladder match?
It was a ladder
Okay.
match. Okay.
In the Rumble is a ladder match.
Okay. It seemed like they counted. I feel like they counted them down for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Cody came out just to beat him down and whatnot. But like, I'm ready. I'm ready to hit that promo and that big WrestleMania build promo like Cody is used to doing and whatnot. So maybe we'll get that this week coming up on SmackDown. We'll see. But we was talking about Jelly Roll in this. I'm like, he's all over this show. He up there talking backstage to Rhea and Damian Priest. He up there doing the thing with Cody and Orton. He got his match with Kid Wilson that he actually won. I don't think he should have won it, but either way. So I'm going with you first, BJ. What y'all feel like Jelly Roll? I mean, we understand that the wrestlers like that he is so attached to this and such a real fan and wants to do the work and whatnot. But segments throughout the whole show, it's like, God, dog, man. I know he's a big star, but geez. I mean, what you feel about it, Professor?
I don't know. Celebrities bring attention. Celebrity brings attraction. If he's bringing new eyeballs, I guess it's not a bad thing. He was on the show a lot though, like just a lot, just maybe too much for my taste. He didn't really need to be in the Judgment Day segment. He didn't add anything. Oh, I called it Judgment Day. So now I sound like R-Truth. He didn't need to be in the R-Truth Damian Priest Rhea segment, but he didn't really add anything. So I don't have a problem with celebrities winning matches because from what I can remember in wrestling, celebrities more often than not did win their big matches. I think of one of the greatest main events of WrestleMania history. I believe it was WrestleMania 11, LT versus Bam Bam Bigelow. The greatest main event.
Oh, no.
No, not the greatest, but it was a good one.
LT won with a shoulder charge off the second rope.
Yeah.
But LT
Yeah.
was gassed like 4 minutes into that match.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
But
Bam Bam carried that one. Bam Bam carried that one.
I really did. He really did. You think about Snoop Dogg. He got that impromptu win against The Miz after Shane blew both his quads. Johnny Knoxville beat Sami Zayn. I'm naming a lot of WrestleMania matches. Okay. Nonetheless,
Hey,
this
WrestleMania
is,
season.
a Bad Bunny. Celebrities sometimes come in with a superpower of just being talented enough to outsmart the professional seasoned wrestler. Can't explain it. Wrestling has weird rules. Another weird rule in wrestling, the older you get, the stronger you get. That's Sting. That's how it works in this realm. So I'm fine with Kid Wilson losing to Jelly Roll. Let's also remember, prior to that match, Danhausen did curse him. So you can also blame that on it as well. So
Yeah.
it falls in
Yeah.
line. Again, to my whole big deal, it's just too much Jelly Roll in one show. He's probably going to have a match with The Miz and Kit. I don't know who his tag team partner would be, but it might be Danhausen.
Right, because all four of them are really involved lately in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, I think that might be the match. But I don't know, like I say, I'm like I like the celebrities that are actually in it because they're actual fans. But I don't know, I just like the wrestlers are wrestlers for a reason, and they have the repetition, they have the experience, and so I don't care how many times you rehearse a match, you still ain't what the wrestlers are. They don't have what they have and what the experience they have, and you know the the mind in the ring. You know what I'm saying? The veteran status
Yeah.
and the ring generals type of thing. So
Just
I don't
say I
know.
don't care for Jelly Roll. Just say you don't belong
Not
here,
for
Jelly
not
Roll.
for him wrestling and winning matches. No,
He lost his first match. It was a tag match.
I know. Well, I hope he loses the one at WrestleMania then. If that's what they going for. But Lana, how you
Well,
feel about it?
well, so to the point, it's nothing new, right? You talk about celebrities at WrestleMania. You're talking about WrestleMania season. Celebrities started with WrestleMania, right? So if we look at the first main event. I
Yeah,
mean, look all you had. Look what you had, Mr. T, and
yeah,
you had Muhammad Ali. You had Muhammad Ali out there.
yeah.
You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? So, and
Cindy
then you
Lauper
had
was there.
Cyndi Lauper, right? The whole rock and wrestling, the whole rock and. If you go back and look at that video, I think Captain Lou Albano was in the Girls Want to Have Fun video, right, or something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, he was.
So
He was the father.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the rock and wrestling thing back then, and then you think about it, the carrying on from there. You WrestleMania 2, Mr. T and Roddy
Mr.
Piper
T.
main event in New York. Then
Yeah.
don't you got Refrigerator Perry going into a battle royal getting a big cheer in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you got all these different things that happen there. And then of course, and that's not the announcers who announced and then kind of hosted it back in the day over countless WrestleManias. So that part's there, and to the professor's point, it's there to get eyes on the prize, so to speak, right? But him, Jelly Roll, I think the biggest thing about these fans these days, you have to work hard. If a celebrity's going to wrestle, maybe you have to work a little bit harder to get attention on the product. Versus back then, I think it was a little easier. You know what I'm saying? Like because you people who love wrestling back then a little bit more. So for Jelly Roll to come in multiple segments, this is my reasoning. Not saying it's right, but this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Now, of course, for the casual wrestling fan, you're not going to know when those segments are going to pop up. We don't see the run sheet, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
get them in, get them in, get them in. And from what I heard, yes, it's going to be a tag match. And I heard his partner may be Royce Keys.
Oh wow.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
He needs
Now,
to do something.
Yeah, yeah. He need to do something.
so if it's going to be the tag match, but ISO Speed's been coming up later too. But I don't think he's going to have a match. But different things like that. So it's in that season. So and again, the whole Jelly Roll thing was just to pull the heartstrings of the people. Like he's a phenomenal. He's everywhere right now as far as music goes. He's on different shows, and so Jelly Roll got let's just say Jelly Roll got dropped on a show. What? Jelly Roll got dropped on the show. I gotta see what happened to him. Is he okay? I gotta tune in. Boom. Right. So that type of segment is not going to get people to get heat on Orton. It's going to get eyes on the show. If you hear Jelly Roll got dropped, you're going to look and see what happened. Right? Okay, watch this. Not saying it's as big as this, but when you see, a season ending episode of something, I'm lost. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to be like, when does this thing come back on? Or if they have like a 3-week hiatus. I got to know what happened. Or if it's a week-to-week show, I got to know what happened. So it's the same concept, right? So how does he respond to that?
Yeah.
Right? So now, granted, we know he's not going to get the better Orton. We know that.
No,
but at the
no,
same
no,
time, it's like, yeah. So you tell me Jelly Roll got a fight with some other guy and he got dropped at the end of the day. Like what's gonna you see? So it's all about getting eyes on the prize, so to speak. But what he's gonna do at Mania, that's the rumor I heard. Him and Royce Keys against Miz and Kit Wilson. And so I guess we'll figure that out next week, I suppose. But because he's gonna have to respond to it. But he's not going to. I mean, think about it. Randy done pushed him down already, apologized, then RKO'd him. First of all, for me being a fan, I know you don't get involved as a bystander in front of a brawl, especially for a main event. You just something you don't do. You gonna calm them down?
Friend, though. He's their friend. He wants to make sure that he's trying to be a mediator. That's what his intent was.
Well, look, he tried that the last time, and Cody got popped in the head and started gushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a contract signing. Yeah.
So I get you trying to do that, and I get you trying to motivate. But do you hear what he's saying? He wants to be champion, and what's done is done. What's done is done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That line's been crossed. So what's done is done. So at this point, Jelly Roll, just let's see how you respond to it, and go from there. At this point, and let's see how many people. If I can see the run sheet and the viewers doing multiple segments, that'd be awesome if I could see that personally.
Yeah.
So are we to believe that he's going to be back on SmackDown next week?
Yeah. Is this RKO?
Yeah. It's one of the 3 most dangerous letters, man. What you talking about? He might be out for 2 weeks. He might be out till WrestleMania after the
Nah, I mean, if he would did this 2 weeks ago, maybe. But now we in the teens now. By the time the show comes on Friday, we in the teens of trying to Mania, because April 1st is Wednesday.
Yeah, like I said, coming up quick, man. But I advise him to stay away from Randy though. Let Cody handle it. Cody's back now. Let Cody have this bit. Matt Cardona, you sit down too. Everybody sit down. Let Cody be the one to handle this situation. Yeah. So just like he handled his business by getting the WWE title back from the next person I'm about to talk about, Drew McIntyre. And so Drew McIntyre is upset. Him and Jacob Fatu going back and forth and fighting everywhere, literally everywhere. I feel like it should be a false count anywhere as a match. They make it an unsanctioned match at WrestleMania.
That's just about the same.
Yeah, bro, ain't nothing to do right there. Hey.
They didn't say you had to pin him in the ring. They just said the referee's there to make the pin.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like if they do that, I feel like they would have said false count anywhere. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but Drew getting real disrespectful about it. He said, screw your kids. I was like, oh, well, that many kids Jacob Fatu got. He gonna be a little upset about that. So I mean, I know these two can't wait to get their hands on each other again. I don't know how it's gonna be worse than what they did last week though. So I'm still waiting to see it. It's still a big match. A lot of people was hoping for more for Drew and be the title match, and it's probably what they expect Jacob to be on his way. So I don't know what y'all think about these two fighting. I mean, is it as big a match as we think it's going to be, or is this will be another match?
I just want to say one thing real quick. This is not Nick Aldis and Drew. I don't care.
You don't care?
Nick Aldis and Drew need a match. That's the match. This match is fine. That's it.
That's it. What about you, Lonnie?
I would just say, to answer your question in terms of this, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Aldis back in the ring, but WrestleMania, you have your marquee matches, and then you have your matches, and then you have your matches, right? So I mean, I'm serious, but see, but with this one, maybe we was thinking Cody, Drew, and Jacob was going to get that triple threat because of what happened at that Saturday night's main event, and things of that nature. We thought that was probably going to be the direction, and then Cody and then Drew, to the professor's point, Drew kept getting involved in both of their business, right? I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So now you got Jacob and Drew. Now, after last week fighting the whole show, that probably sold you on the match, because we're going to get exactly what we expect, a straight up beat down by somebody. We're going to get that. I mean, that's it. They've already set that up. They fought the whole show last week on paper, right? So you're going to get a brawl. Kind of like last year with Drew and Damian, but probably a little bit more. When you say unsanctioned, I mean, this man hit him with a car. I mean, I ain't never seen Drew so mad. This man ripped the wheelchair off. So,
it was crazy last week, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you get worse than that, but I might see something big at WrestleMania still. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully, I can get a big moment.
And then did you see Drew's response when the match was official? You saw his response. He didn't say you screwed me. He did a sadistic smile and looked at Jacob. That was his response. So he's gonna be. We're gonna get exactly what we expect, a straight up brawl. And that's good because every match, even though those are both talented individuals, every match is not going to be a 5-star wrestling match at WrestleMania. We know this. You know what I'm saying? So, and if it is, we'll have the two matches. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this one. The one WrestleMania, in my opinion, and there's many of them. It's not my favorite, but it's my second. That I feel like every match had a good wrestling quality the whole time. Was 19.
Yeah, I think 19 was good all the way through.
All the way through. Now, granted, Hogan and Vince had a brawl, but it still had some good. They did what they did, right? You got Piper involved, that type thing, right? So, but to do that, you're probably not going to have all these matches they're going to have, like which looks like they might be like, would they have 8 now? So they're probably going to do like 6 more, something like that, maybe 7 per night, I guess, or something like that. But so. That'll be the one that, so you're going to get exactly what you expect. A brawl. They set it up for that. Like, it's going to be a brawl. And so I'm up for a good brawl. I got my chicken wings ready.
Hey, you got to have the food ready. You got to have the snacks. You got to have the drink going on. But
19 had Booker T and Triple H in it. That's why. Okay.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's that little
Brock
down
Lesnar
moment.
and Kurt Angle, that closed it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Hogan. Okay, street fight. I see what you're saying, though. The street fight.
Yeah. Can I add something to this, Professor? Something you said the other day on the show. So we talked about. I think we was talking about the segment about Psycho Sid. All right, about the Hall of Fame. So
yeah,
I had the WrestleMania. If y'all remember these, I had 2 of the anthology packets. If you remember, they released those, the anthologies. Okay, so I had the WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble, and then the WrestleMania one went to 21. So you remember at that time they was talking about how the title has to be last. Remember that? Like that has to be the main event. You remember that kind of conversation they was having? So Professor, you remember the WrestleMania 8 because you talked about it. Hogan and Sid was the main event, but Savage and Flair went on before that. But on the anthology, I kid you not, it had Flair and Savage as the last match. They had the list of matches, and it had Flair and Savage as the last match when clearly it was not the last match. It was the double main event.
The middle of the pay, double main event. It was in the middle of the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And now here's the thing. Now that WrestleMania match, if you know the history, Hogan and Sid, it was a no contest. A main event match was a no contest
because Papa Shango missed his cue and didn't know when to come to the ringside. You know what?
They said that wasn't his fault.
That led to Sid being the first person to kick out the leg drop. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame, because he kicked out the leg drop. No one kicked out the leg drop.
But they said that wasn't Papa Shango's fault. It was the person who told him to go. So.
Well, that's why he grew up and became a pimp. Because it just made more sense.
Yeah. Call his own shots.
So Jacob and Drew, they kind of close that out on my part. We're gonna get exactly what we expect: a straight up brawl.
Yeah, I mean, I like them going at each other. They can't get they can't wait till WrestleMania. So that's what I like. I mean, they ready to go at it right now. And like I said, the vicious, him going through that windshield, dragging him out the windshield of the car, that really sold me on it. Because I was like, dang, Drew was really mad. He more mad at Jacob than he was at Cody, it seemed like. So that sold me on what this is going to be. And now they bring it. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was going to say, think about what he said though. So if Drew wants to blame Nick Aldis for screwing him, but Jacob's like, no, let's call it what it is. I screwed you.
Yeah.
I called you. He said that. Like, yeah. I called. Okay, you want this attention? You got it. You know what I'm saying?
I made everything straight. He messed up a lot. He said I made it straight again, which he figured was taking the belt off of Drew and then putting it back on Cody.
Yeah.
Since he cost Cody the title the first time by attacking, like the way he attacked Cody in that Hell in a Cell, what was it, cage match?
It was
a cage match.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Jacob had some beef against Cody.
It did, because he said he didn't just back Cody off. He just started. They would start going back and forth.
Right. It became more of a fight than it was with Drew, and all he did was just take him off of Drew. But if he was that mad at Drew, okay. That's why it should be Nick Aldis. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that order, like I said, the triple threat that we all thought it was going to be. But we're here now. Like I said, we got Cody Orton, which is, like I said, very interesting. I'm just ready to see who this phone call going to be. And with this, with Drew and Jacob, it's all over the place and how vicious I want it to be. And this is what I like to see. So I'm happy to see this. But somehow, a lot of people aren't happy to see Sami Zayn won the U.S. Championship. Out of nowhere, after all the losses he done had leading up to this, no momentum. Yes, it's an open challenge to Carmelo, but Carmelo has been doing excellent work, consistent work, defending the title about like 9-10 defenses or something like that. So it feels like more. Carmelo has defended it all over the world, literally, the U.S. Championship. And he's doing great. And now it seems like Carmelo's not going to get his shot at WrestleMania or to be on WrestleMania. And Sami is. After Nick Aldis told Sami, a lot of those guys have momentum. I don't have a place for you unless something changes. And I guess this is an easy change because like I said, it's an open challenge. But it's like Carmelo has earned that with the wins he has built up and the legit reign he has had with the U.S. title. And a lot of people see this. I know they would be mad at it, but they see Sami as a transitional champion, and because we all feel like Trick is going to get that belt from Sami at WrestleMania, which I wouldn't be mad at it, but we just want Carmelo to be in that. I know it's been building up between these two guys, Sami and Trick, but Carmelo deserves to either be in that match or have another high-profile type of match. You know what I'm saying? So maybe unless he could find a partner to face Damian Priest and R-Truth or something to at least go for the tag team titles, Carmelo is just sitting duck right now. He ain't got nothing for WrestleMania as we see it now. So that's why I think a lot of people are upset and I think Sami didn't deserve this, especially with Trick interfering and helping him win, and not inadvertently, helping him win. So it's like leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths from what I've seen online and what people I've talked to. So, Lonnie, how you feel about Sami winning his U.S. Championship and how about Carmelo and Trick being involved in their match at WrestleMania?
Well, first off, I'll say, you kind of hit on a couple of points I was going to say about building up between Sami and Trick, and Sami's been a transitional champion. So one or two things can happen here. Now, I first off and say I do think Carmelo should be on the show because he's worked hard to get there. Yeah. In my opinion, I really think he should be on the show, and I actually believe he will be on the show. I think if they don't, they will get heat on that because the man's been a workhorse champion like that title represents. The Intercontinental title workhorse champion for sure. Now the way he lost, we're getting the mic in the head.
Yeah, and then a hell of a kick.
Yeah. I think he should address it next week and maybe get put in. I don't know. I think it should be a triple threat, even though, Sami and Trick. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sami and Trick will be a hell of a match. We know that. That'll be a banger because they both can go. But I think Carmelo should be in the workhorse he is. I think he should be in that. Now I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Highlights. You offered some advice, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing you told the people. I say let this one cook. Mm-hmm. You told this to the fans, our viewers a couple of weeks ago. Let this one cook because we don't know what's going to happen. Like, try to build it up to think of what we think are not going to happen. Now, I am pushing for Carmelo to be in the match because if he doesn't, then I guess I only see him fighting the Dragon off in a separate match without the title because of all that stuff that went down there. Now, that could be it, but I think the way he lost a mic in the head, he got screwed over. I think he goes all this next week. He should anyway. And be like, hey, you saw what happened last week, man. And two things happen. Now, if they don't put him in that match, they must have going to save it for a Melo Trick Summer type of thing.
Ooh,
all summer. So do it like that and then have them fight all summer, maybe leaving to SummerSlam, which is another big show for them. Now, that could happen. I'm just going to hypotheticals, right?
Yeah. And that's a 2-night SummerSlam, I believe, right?
Yeah. So that could be that. Now, I think, this is another part. This is the only thing I'll say about this part, and there's no shade on anybody. Since Trick has already beat Carmelo 1-on-1 in WrestleMania season, maybe if they do keep it 1-on-1, Trick beating Sami would put it even more. Because I was talking to Mr. Planet earlier today, and he said a good point. Trick, if not by SummerSlam, Trick gonna be a face. Either by SummerSlam or next year's WrestleMania. I don't think they're gonna be able to hold it that long because the man is over. He's just over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to. If you can do the classic Rock on the rise, then he turns heel. But I mean, all Trick got to do is stand in the apron. Stand in the ramp, and he good. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even do not one lemon pepper step, and he had that ramp, and he good. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Right.
So I close it out and say I think Carmelo should be in there. I think he should address Nick Aldis, say I got screwed, and put him in the match because of the work he's done. For every match he's had has been phenomenal with that U.S. title. Every match. But if he doesn't, I would think he would fight Dragunov because Dragunov would want to get his revenge. That's the only thing I can pick to see. But Carmelo should be on the show. There's no reason he shouldn't be.
Yeah. They gotta find something for him. But Trick, this man can get attention anywhere. Like I said, he takes advantage of all his opportunities. Like I said, even though he got no match, they got him coming out on that spin thing on the stage. Just to come out, just get that interest going. And like I said, he makes himself known on why he's at that commentary table, whatever. And he still gets involved, and like I said, give us very much entertaining. And we're ready to see him at WrestleMania. But we also, like I said, ready to see Carmelo. Like we think they both at this. He's up on that top level too, and like I said, what he's done, he should be there. But BJ, what you think about Carmelo and Trick and Sami?
Well, I like the whole segment from the beginning of SmackDown when here's the weird thing about it, real quick. Just want to start with that whole point. Nick Aldis came up to Trick Williams and told Trick, "Hey, good news! I got you a match on WrestleMania." He didn't say who it was against. He just said he got a spot. I thought that was just kind of odd.
Yep, that is right there, Professor. You said I ain't trying to interrupt, but that was a match right there. Who did he have in mind? Was it going to be against Carmelo?
Yeah, right. Like, was it already a U.S. title match or what? He said, "I got you a match," and then Sami pops up, and he just like, "Listen here, gingerbread. I got myself a match." He said, "I got me a match on SmackDown." And then later, it was also funny. He said, later Sammy's walking away. He comes back. He's like, "Hey, Sami, catering is that way."
Right, because Sami was coming back.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, you like that. I like how that whole thing built up because Trick has been kind of getting in Sammy's face for a while. Now, Sami answering the open challenge and winning. Yeah, it does leave a bad taste for some people, and I get that because Sami just always finds himself in the right place at the right time in the right season, right? Always. Yet he's the underdog. That's why I have a hard time because he's never really the underdog. He's always he beat Gunther at Mania. Anyway,
nobody talks about that though, right?
Yeah, he beat the streak, like the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion at Mania. This is the underdog I'm talking about, but nonetheless, Carmelo, Lonnie's right. Carmelo is definitely going to go to Nick Aldis and be like, "Hey, you saw what happened last week. I've been as good as I could be about this whole thing, all right? I've been a fighting champion. I've been whatever. Now you're going to get screwed? No, I need my rematch." Nick Aldis will be like, "Give you a rematch." And then they may have had the match on next week because I can't imagine Sami being like, "No, you're going to wait." So I imagine they'll have the match next week. And then Trick will somehow find himself getting involved again. And then that could lead to an actual triple threat. I don't know who walks away from that because I actually have to see how it plays out if it becomes that. Mm-hmm. But I can see it being a triple threat because I could just see Trick being involved. He already got a match at Mania. He already got the match with Sami. But at the same time, he already had a match at Mania. So maybe he wants to pick and choose who his opponent is. Maybe he wants to determine who the U.S. champ is, who he feels like he has a better chance against. I don't know because he already had a match at Mania. Sami's the one who got his match by winning the U.S. title. So just like that, if Sami loses the U.S. title, guess what he loses? I guess he loses the Mania match.
You know what, Professor? I didn't even think about it. The clarity of it just now hit me even more. So you talked about it in the start of your discussion here. Mm-hmm. But Nick Aldis just said, again, Trick Williams, "Hey, you got a match at WrestleMania. Sami, you don't, right? Bottom line. Sami wins the U.S. title. Congratulations, now you're facing Trick Williams." So I think Carmelo was supposed to be in that spot because he just said, "Congratulations, you defended the title against Trick Williams." Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, so we were not going to have. Now, granted, I don't think you need to have an open challenge for Mania. Like for the title, you just have the match booked already, and kind of carry on. Yeah. So I think that was the plan. So now, and can I just say, I don't know if it's WrestleMania season, but these wrestlers have been giving these general GMs, they've been giving them the business. They've been giving them the business in WrestleMania season, homie. You know,
Boy.
It's been heavy. It has been heavy.
Yeah, but so I think you're right, Professor. I think that was going to be the match, which further gives me more confidence that they're going to add. Carmelo's going to come and be like, hey, because what else he's going to do? I mean, like, unless he gets attacked by Dragunov, I don't know what else he's going to say.
So I don't know where Dragunov fits in all of this. I don't know if he fits.
Well, he keeps losing to Carmelo. I'm not where I used to be. I got to get this dragon off my back, so to speak. Right?
Yeah, right. That's the thing. They were kind of building that story a little bit because his whole thing was, I don't want the U.S. title match because I'm not ready. Because, you know, even Carmelo was like, I'm offering you the match. And he was like, I'm not ready yet. Let me just get into my headset. I got to get in my headspace. He gets the match and then he loses. I was expecting to see Dragunov come on this week with a whole crisis of confidence, like, oh my God, maybe I'm not as tough as I need to be, or maybe the pain isn't as strong as it should be, or whatever. He loves the pain. But no, it was no Dragunov. Now, next time I see him, I don't know how I'm gonna I don't know. It's just weird because he was all about I'm not ready. He lost the match. I don't know.
Well, let's add one more element to it. Tama Tonga. What did Carmelo say to him on Friday?
Well, he's talking to Shinsuke, isn't he? Ain't that the one talking to Shinsuke?
Yeah, but Carmelo walked up to him before the challenge and said, "You gonna take this title match, or you gonna wait for Solo to give you permission?" I'm paraphrasing.
I know he has not made any real solid move to that title though. He really has just kind of hemming and hawing, and I don't even know if he's hemming and hawing. He's just like, oh, okay, well, I'll wait.
Well, he hemmed last week when he said Solo act like Roman. Well, the week before that, he didn't harm, but he hemmed.
Well, hey, let's talk about that. Why is that disrespectful even thing? To say, oh, you sound like Roman.
Like, say what now? You said
why is it a disrespectful thing, or does that you get the people saying, "Oh, you sounded like Roman"? I'm like, Roman was on top for like 4 or 5 years, or even longer than that, because he was even with the big dog, he was still on top. So why should I feel bad about either sounding like my cousin or the person who's been successful, which is what I'm trying to be?
Well, I guess because it's like, well, I mean, we talk about it being a success. You say it's been 4 or 5 years, right? But what was the context of it? Manipulation, gaslighting, taking advantage of. It wasn't all roses. Let's not act like the Bloodline was a happy, functioning group. Not during the beginning phases, it wasn't. It had its cracks. I mean, even Jay said, I got to get out of here. He went to Raw to escape the craziness of the family. So that is the negative that I can point to answer your question. That's the bad side of it. Don't be the gaslighting manipulator.
I would say, I think about historically the things that led up to, okay, so last week he told Jimmy, I'm going to say this as respectfully if I can, get your brother and get out of my ring. Take your brother, get out of my ring, right? But here's the thing. There's been times where we saw Jimmy got fed up, and then next thing you know, you got Jimmy and Jay against Roman and Solo in a tag match at a Money in the Bank a few years ago, which was Roman's first loss in a while, tag match. Then you have, Jimmy saying leading up to that, the only one needs correcting is you, Roman. But then you have Jimmy saying, then you have Jimmy coming back years later saying, hey, man, you'll always be my tribal chief. You'll always be my tribal chief.
I don't know what it is.
See? So, and then on top of that,
it's a cult.
But then on top of that, when Solo was trying to be tribal chief, he would say, I love you, not like Roman. I love you better than Roman. I'm paraphrasing stuff but you know what I'm saying? And now when he says, and then if it's not a problem, then why did Solo get offended?
That's what I'm saying what the issue is, but I want to see where this is going, because I don't even understand where this thing going with the Lantern. with the Y6, like why is Solo more into that than the tag team championships or any other championship? Because he hasn't answered the challenge.
I think he did. He did have a title match. I think so. I think you might have said this, Professor, or you, Miss Alex. I'm not sure, but that match, that final match between the MFTs and the Wyatts is probably gonna take place on that Friday before Mania.
I assume so. It seemed like the Y6 well, but Mr. Uncle Howdy has won those matches that he's supposed to win to get that landing back, and then but Solo keep trying to get it. He just keep getting it back either by top of Tonga's heel or he just takes it back himself. So those seem like pointless matches that they've had, previously. So if those are pointless, why should I care about this one? Like,
no, I get what you're saying because not for nothing, Uncle Howdy did beat Solo last week, and then the Y6 beat the MFTs this week. And it's like, I don't know, it's very one-sided. The Wyatts do seem to get the win.
If they're on Mania, it's going to be for the sheer spectacle of it, of having that entrance on a big stage.
Oh, I guess, but you know what? That's a Mania. That's some SmackDown Mania. That's what that is.
Yeah,
WrestleMania before SmackDown.
Yeah, that's what I say. That Friday night before, they probably with the Andre Battle Royal, and they're going to have in there.
Real quick, should they move the Andre Battle Royal back to Mania? I propose not only move it back to Mania, but make it part of the pre-show. Pre-show needs matches again.
It's possible, but I mean, they just like to book those type of things on SmackDown because that's what they need on that show. But even with that, you still got the Hall of Fame that's the same night. So,
put the Battle Royal. And plus, the Battle Royal was just a fun thing. It was a thing. I don't know. I miss it being on the pre-show, if not on the Mania card itself. You got 2 nights. You can dedicate an entire night to the Battle Royal. And that way, you can save on trying to figure out what to do for the rest of the card.
Yeah, because they got 8 matches now.
So far
for WrestleMania.
So they're probably gonna do 6 or 7 per night, something like that. But to the point, they have 8. But to answer your question, Professor, I'm fine either way. The pre-show can do matches because the pre-show is 2.5 hours now, something like that, maybe 3 for Mania.
It's just talking though.
Yeah,
it's a lot of talking and video packages.
Yeah,
if you're, let me tell you what, the only way you'll really find that cool is if you're there properly. But for me, this is my time to get my food cooked.
Yeah,
have that in the background.
Right, right. I was about to say it'd be on in the background. There's noise in the background, really. Unless something interesting comes up.
2.5 hours. So wait, how long you said it was? About 2 hours?
Maybe 2.5. Mania is different, right? It may be 2.5. I don't know. Maybe 3. I don't know. But
you say you can't dedicate the last 30 minutes to a battle royal. You won't be prepared by then. The last.
You should be able to. You should be doing. That's what they should do.
Oh, you talking about my food, or you talking about the match in general?
You saying that you like to use the pre-show as preparation. I'm like, I understand that, as all of us do that. It's just by the end of the pre-show. Honestly, by the end of the pre-show, I'm like, can we get the show started?
They're probably going to.
You already talking for 22 hours, and it's showing the same packages at the top of every hour. It's like, and then you're going to show the same packages right before the match again.
Right.
They're probably, but I don't think they would put it at the end of the pre-show. I think they would put it in the middle. And the only reason I say that,
I'll miss it if you put it in the middle. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, I think. But remember, last year they announced the AAA acquisition, so that's what they did in the pre-show last year. Right after, not this year, but right after Stand and Deliver. So remember, Stand and Deliver was in the part of that day too, on Saturday. So now that's so you know what? Maybe to that point now, maybe because of not that to prevent burnout and fatigue. Because we know the WrestleMania crowd, not everybody's going to go to Stand and Deliver because they're not going to fit in there. But if you're watching it at home, or in a hotel or something like that, to walk to the building, maybe they would add it now. I don't know. It has to be a reason they moved it, right?
Yeah.
It has to be a reason they moved it.
What did they still do it? When's the last time they did Andre Battle Royal? Did they do one last year?
Yeah,
they Carmelo won last year.
It was on the SmackDown before.
And they made him a chain.
Yeah.
He doesn't wear it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna wear that a little bit after that. We figured that. This is like the King of the Ring crown. You ain't gonna wear that or carry it around that much.
Dude, I mean,
I will say this though. I will say this. In the most recent years of that, I will say Carmelo's probably had the most success. Because when somebody wins the Battle Royal, the Andre Royal,
it means nothing.
That year. So I would say Carmelo probably had the best post Battle Royal win.
Like Jey Uso won, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that Jey Uso won now, so I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He won, but he won. Yeah, he did, but he was already there. He was already there. He was with Roman. I'm talking about somebody who's kind of building from the ground up. Carmelo won last year, got paired with the Miz. Now he's U.S. champ, banging matches. You know what I'm saying? Jay was already there. He was with Roman. He was the right hand man. He was already there.
Yeah, he was in there, but I mean, yeah, I guess somebody just starting out. I guess, yeah, if you want to take it like that.
Yeah. This man's first night on SmackDown, he's fighting Cody Rhodes when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And then he had that weird spot where they both tried to do a Cody cutter.
Yeah, that was just, it was a little off. But I don't know. Carmelo's making his way, but like I said, we hoping he get on Mania card because he deserves it. Make a triple threat or whatever you got to do to get him on that show. But we'll see. But we got some other people who have found their way by making a group on SmackDown. They could be at WrestleMania, and that's Jade and her baddie section, Michin and B-Fab. They did another beatdown to Rhea Ripley. So will Rhea get some help in this? Is Io gonna come out because since Rhea's dedicating this match to Io for some reason? Is she gonna come out and help Rhea at some point, or what's going on here? And do you think? Okay, you don't think it's happening?
Io got her hands full on Raw right now. So she fight Raquel tomorrow.
Yeah, she got a whole.
Is that really a big deal?
But she's like teasing her because she still got the Kabuki Warrior thing too.
Yep, she does. She told Kyrie last week, "You don't have to take this. I know we're friends." He was talking to her about that last week on Raw. So she ain't gonna have time to jump over there. She ain't gonna have time to jump over there to help Rhea.
Is that gonna put? Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be Asuka and Io. That could happen at Mania. Well, not Mania, but
it could.
No,
it could.
Io may miss Mania.
No, bro. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so.
What else is she gonna do? You can put her against Asuka. Like that would be the thing. It's just I wouldn't be surprised if they did that though. That's all.
But I would think the Kabuki War would be a part of that. Maybe the tag team titles or something like that. Or
what does Io do? Like if you
that's what I'm saying. What's Io doing?
Yeah, I don't think she. Well, even if she got involved in this, she ain't gonna be. I don't know if she. I think this is really built to show Rhea getting through adversity. I still think Rhea's going to win, and I think this is just adversity in a way.
This is what I think. I think the EST returns and helps her.
The EST.
Well, they said she is back in training. Oh, you mean what? Help who?
Rhea.
Oh, well. My only pushback on that is, well, okay, I can see her not necessarily helping Rhea, but just getting her revenge back on Jade, which inadvertently helps Rhea. I can see that. But I just don't. I think Rhea's going to be Jade clean. I think it's going to be a clean win, and you may see Bianca come back. I don't know. Bianca's finger thing is very. I don't know. I just don't have my hopes. Bianca's going to be out for a minute. Unless she gets that finger cut off, she's going to be out for a minute.
So let me say something about that. I just find it interesting about the whole finger thing that she's just not posting the surgery stuff about that. It's almost a year ago. Now, granted, some things could have happened, but I also want to say that I saw a recent house show when they did it that in that consecutive order that Montez put on some weight, and then I saw a video. Then I saw a video of him with Bianca at home doing something, and it didn't look like he had a lot of weight on him. That's all I'm saying. So,
I feel like trying to throw us off all the way with that.
Yeah. Because I mean, and I granted, it's a chance. It's not, but I don't see. I think she's gonna come back, and she probably gonna have her own interest to get that title back. Absolutely, because we still want to see Bianca and Rio. We wanted to see that for a long time. So, and Rhea didn't just. I mean, maybe it's an injury portion why Rhea jumped over to SmackDown. I guess, right? But because at this point, that's probably the biggest match for Jade for the people. They could have did Charlotte, but Charlotte's involved with everything else right now. So, we got that. So I think EST comes back because she's gonna have to get some help. I mean, Rhea is the type of person.
But I see what you're saying, but I just don't think Jade and Bianca had that much of a rivalry or whatever, a disagreement to where she'll come back and help Rhea do something, especially with what they had last year, Rhea and Bianca, where Bianca was just over Rhea, just like I was. Bianca's reaction was my reaction to Rhea getting that main event. And that's pretty much the last thing Bianca did since she's been on. It's a big thing that she's been going. And so why she come back and help Rhea beat her friend was Jade, even though they had them stare downs and whatnot, but they still haven't had no big disagreement to where she'll help somebody else beat her. That's why I said I wouldn't say Bianca would do that.
I don't know.
No, I want to add to that point because last year that was a big deal. Rhea kept, I don't even want whining her way to get into that match, and that was Bianca's last straw. She got tired of the girl doing that. Michin and B-Fab on this past Raw had almost the same vitriol against Rhea. You always just get your way. It seems like there is, I don't know, I won't say size, but there is a story that Rhea just kind of gets. And if Bianca was on that same tune last year, it would be weird for her to, because it does seem like she will be on the side of like, yeah, Rhea is kind of getting her way a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can see her just, well, Jade didn't put her out anyway. She got hurt during the triple threat match, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Bianca has not been back since Mania. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. When's Naomi coming back?
Probably SummerSlam or early next year. Probably one or two.
Probably like that. But yeah, that's what I said.
Came back. Well, I mean, what if she came back early enough to cost Jade?
I mean, it's possible, but that's what I'm saying. Io just fits right there into this for me. So I mean, this is your tag team partner, your all close best friend at this point, but that's the only person I can see. I know it's 3 people over on that side, but I'm still Io and Rhea. There's still 2 top dogs in the women's division.
I know, but the hierarchy, right? Let's look at it from hierarchy. Oh, you know what? Let's look at it from this standpoint. Let's look at it at 2K ratings. Rhea is over 90. Jade is at about an 88. B-Fab and Michin, I think, combined make 70. I'm pretty sure Rhea can handle all 3 of these by herself.
She probably can, just like how Bianca handled all of damage control when she fought Bailey. She was fighting all them.
It was a ladder match. She beat the entire faction in a single ladder match.
Right. It's crazy, man. So I don't know. I just feel like that's gonna be it, and then Io could be either Jade wins, Io's gonna be a distraction, or if Rhea wins, Io did her part. But if Rhea loses, I feel like that could lead to more story between Io and Rhea, to where they could finally have their one-on-one match, and maybe Rhea beats Io after that. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I know, ladies and gentlemen, I know Mr. Highlight's been booking it. We want to book it. He want that Rhea Io final straw, and I know he want Bianca and Rhea. So there's 2 matches right there.
Yeah, those 2 matches right there, and I want Bianca and Jade too. So there's a lot they could do, but like I said, Bianca has to come back and everything. But I don't know. I just think they need a big main event player right there for the women's division in Jade, and get her a better title reign, and then make it more, what she's saying, more legit. You saying you that chick, but you haven't beat women who have been in that position.
Are you talking about Jade?
Yeah, Jade hasn't beat women who've been world champion and whatnot, and running the division. But you saying you that chick? Like that's what I'm saying. That's why she needs to beat Rhea for me.
Wait a minute, who she beat? Who she beat for?
To win the title?
She beat Nia before. Who did she beat to win Queen of the Ring?
Oscar.
Okay, all right. So that's a big win.
Well, I mean, yeah, she did do that. I mean, if you put that into play,
and not for nothing, but when you have the title belt, you can say that. Like, if you, I don't care who you are. If you are a world champion, that title does state, "I am the top dog," regardless of how you may feel or who they beat. I mean, when the Miz was world champion, he was the top dog. Like, that's just what it is. When Jinder won the WWE title, he was the top dog. If you want the top dog, he wouldn't be the WWE champion. Now, he could be a not real dog, but in the end, he won the title. Like,
I mean, you're the champ. Yeah, I mean, you're the top of the division. But I don't know. I just think she needs those title defenses and those big wins. And then, because Rhea is one of them. And I think Charlotte would be the next one. And then Bianca story also. So I don't know.
One quick thing I want to say. The question is, did B-Fab and Mia join up with Jay? Did it make sense? This is a good question. A lot of people ask this. It makes sense from a standpoint that they need something to do. They probably should have joined him up in the faction a long time ago. It's just Jade needed someone to fight. But as far as him joining up now, again, it looks like it's more of a situation where it's like, I like what Mia, I think it was BFAB? I can't remember what one said. It's like, Jade is she is what you get. What you see is what you get. And I feel like that's true with Jade. You can call her arrogant, you can call her whatever you want. But in the end of the day, I feel like she is authentic to that nature. Is Rhea fake? Listen, I thought she was a heel in how she treated Dominic. I thought it was right for Liv and Dominic to turn on Rhea. Rhea's like Roman. I'm not exactly sure when she became a face. Tell me that. As far as I'm concerned, she's still a heel until she does a face thing. So, yeah, I'm fine with BFAB and Meechin joining up if it's just anybody but a Rhea campaign.
Let me ask you this then. And this is hypothetical. What would you call the group?
Oh, the baddies. They should still call it that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Pay AEW whatever they need to be paid. We're going with the baddies.
Yeah, I was joking with Sean last week to call them the Stormtroopers.
No, that's clever though.
Well, listen, the Stormtroopers are undefeated for winning.
Yeah.
That is true. Well, that would be an appropriate name for them. They can never aim and get it right.
All right, so I hope we answered your question, Professor 84. But I don't want you to think we ignore you, Tony. We see you up here. We're just trying to get that conversation going. What up, though? He's saying, I've got to tell you that my wife's first cousin is Sid Vicious. Wow. He said the first time I met him was in a well-known nightclub in Memphis in 1989. My wife introduced him to me, and the first thing he asked me was that I need some blow. And you said, "Nah, I'm good." I mean, that's a good thing to say. We don't need that. We don't need none of that. But that's crazy. Hey, Hall of Fame, about to be a Hall of Famer. Get great things in the business. We didn't get your take on that line. And me and Professor talked about that last episode about Sid Vicious getting in the Hall of Fame. How you feel about Sid Vicious in there?
Oh man, I love Sid Vicious, man. I love Psycho Sid, man. Man, that dude cut some sadistic promos back then, bro. Yeah. He'll talk, he'll scream, and then he'll go mute on you. He'll go mute, and then he'll talk from like right there, and then he say he the master, he the ruler of this and that, man. I always enjoyed them, man. The match that stands out to I'm not saying it's the best match, but the match that stands out the most to me. So you remember when Shawn in '96 when Shawn Michaels was the guy? Mm-hmm. Remember when Shawn was the guy?
Oh yeah.
And it went to Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's a match. Yeah.
And how the crowd just flipped on Shawn.
They were cheering for Sid. They didn't want Shawn. Even Vince was trying to be like Shawn wasn't a baby face. The crowd did not like Shawn like that.
No, he hit what's saying Lothario in the chest with a camera, didn't he? And was that? Yeah. So and then he powerbombed him, right? And I'm like, man, this dude just did a whole new thing here, right? But I like Sid better in WWF versus WCW.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I did. I mean, when so for me, I'm very happy that he's going into the Hall of Fame. I'm very happy. I think it's long overdue, honestly, because that guy, the matches he had, like I know they're not talked about, but he had some banger of matches. Like the matches with the Undertaker, Shawn, Brett. I think he had a couple matches with Diesel. I'm not Diesel. I'm talking about Vader. Bulldog. You know what I'm saying? This man used to dominate his matches, man. And for a big guy, he can move in the ring. And he was safe. Go back and look at those power bombs.
Yeah.
They were safe. The man was a worker. So I'm very happy that he's going in. I would have loved it. Obviously, I would have loved him to speak on his own at that time, but here we are. So I'm very happy about Sid. And I'm happy about Bad News Brown too, because that dude was always mad going walking to the ring. So I mean,
always with a beat up.
So yeah, I'm happy about him as well, man. So I don't know if they add any more legacy inductees to it, but I'm very happy about that. I'm never really disappointed with Hall of Fames. Only thing I would say sometimes I would personally as a fan like to see people come in earlier, but I don't know the situation, right? And if I can go a little deep, the one thing about forgiveness is something. The Ultimate Warrior went into the Hall of Fame, and of course we know what happened a couple of days later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that weekend he made amends with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, that was cool to see, right?
We was there live for that one.
Yeah. So, so that type of thing. Like we saw him on that Raw. Yeah. So that is good to see because you never know, right? So not to go that deep, but I'm just trying to make it real, right? So, so that was cool. So and I think about it. So with me growing up in the golden era, the guys were Hogan's, Warrior, and Savage, and all of them deceased now. So it's like, man, like those three at that time, man. Nobody, as much as people say this, that, and the other, those three, man, they were the ones you watch for. Charismatic, showmanship, wrestling. And then don't get me wrong, you had other wrestlers back then. I'm talking about Hall of Famers now. And then you fast forward to follow that, you had Shawn and Brett. Right? To follow that era I'm talking about of just following,
new generation.
Yeah. You had Shawn and Brett. But then you think about this. You think about what happens after that. I'm talking about Hall of Famers, right? When after Shawn and Brett, what happens? Well, Brett goes to WCW. Yeah, Brett goes to WCW. Shawn gets injured a month or so later, and he's out for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got Austin, and then in the middle of Austin's big run, he gets hurt. So the Rock and Triple H steps up, right? And then, at the end of the Attitude Era, WCW is broke. And then who debuts a year after that? Brock Lesnar. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things.
It has to continue.
Yeah.
Next man up. That's all I keep saying. Next man up, always.
Well, that was the whole thing of the ruthless aggression because Vince was trying to find the next man up. And it was like, but Vince didn't really believe in Bret Hart like that. He didn't. Bret was the top guy for me, but Vince, I don't think he believed in him like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Vince liked big guys to be his champions, but at the same time, Macho Man was I guess compared to everybody else, he was a little shorter, but the dude was stock. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know if him and Brett. Brett was like a 5-time champion WWF.
Yeah, he was.
Like
he was still a guy. I mean, in the end, he was still a face. You gotta have somebody, right? And I thought Brett was. I don't know. Brett and Shawn. Yeah, I know the new generation era gets a lot of slack because it was a whole bunch of stupid occupational wrestlers like Dustin Grossi and stuff. I get that, but those were definitely my formative years, and that's when wrestling was very cartoonish. It was ridiculous. I like Todd Pettengill. Yeah,
I do too. I like Todd Pettengill too. I like Todd Pettengill. I used to like looking at him on Saturday morning in that studio.
Yeah, Saturday
what I'm saying? Yeah.
That era gets a lot of flack. It wasn't a great era. Diesel was a champion. They lost a lot of money. It was It was a bad time, but
they almost went out of business. Yeah. Like, and the crazy thing about that, Professor, is that Shawn was the guy. Right? Even when Austin was the guy, they still had some challenges. Right? Because remember, back then we don't need to talk about Starrcade '97 right now. We don't need to talk about that. But we all know how that ended. But the way it ended, that whole thing. But because you had a whole year of building that, maybe longer. So, but nonetheless, you remember y'all made the main event of Starrcade '97, right?
That's Hogan and Sting, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, that's where Brett came in, and that was a weird little ending. That was because it was a fair ending, but then Brett said it wasn't a fair ending, so they restarted the match, and then he won. They tried to pull like a Montreal screw job without doing it. That was a weird moment.
No, he pinned him. He pinned him, and then Brett came out there.
Yeah, the referee did 1, 2. It should have been a fast count, and then maybe Brett would have had a reason.
That's what he said. And then he inserted himself to be a referee. So I don't know how.
Right.
Yeah, it was a weird ending.
But nonetheless, they, you know, I think it was like 2 months later they had a fair match, and that's fine. But my point is, you know, all those things happen, and these people continue to build and all this type of thing. So we have to keep, you know, we have to keep doing it. So right now, I think Cody said he signed his last wrestling contract, or will be signing his last wrestling contract from a professional wrestler perspective. So you know, Roman's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Seth probably ain't, you know, he probably gonna look at all the things he's doing right now. He's doing more. He's doing football work. So you know, he got coffee. So he'll be around, but. You know, he probably won't be full time. Like it'll be like WrestleMania season, SummerSlam season, that type of thing, maybe. So at that point, it's like
Seth seems like a lifer. Seth seems like unless his body physically can't do it, he'll be
but like he's still getting all other avenues, you know, in place though. He's still trying to do that.
You know, I hear you. It's just I don't know. Look, I said it before and I'll say it again. Seth is not that guy. He's not that top guy.
I just hope we can get. I just hope we can get him in. I don't know if it'll happen. You know, we should have a show about matches that never happened. But I would like
Shawn Michaels and The Rock.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, we could
not do these.
Well, Shawn and Eddie was supposed to fight at 22.
I know, but it's still. I mean, you still had chances before. Sting and Undertaker. What?
Well, I heard Vince wasn't sold on that one. That's what I heard. Now, but I was thinking more like, you know, man, who was I talking about? Yo?
We were talking about well, who were we talking about? Not Orton.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you said.
I can't remember,
but nonetheless, a match never happened.
Yeah, I think we should do a show about that one day because man, we can get a lot of take on it. My number one was probably be Shawn Michaels and The Rock because that built-in segment there. But point being, yeah, he had to keep moving on, and so now we at that point. Will
the top guy.
Will Ospreay and Seth. That's the match I want to see.
Boy.
Will Ospreay. Oh, you mean like those impossible match? Well, I won't say impossible.
I mean, it's not.
No, I guess it is impossible because Will Ospreay is not coming to WWE, and Seth, like I said,
it's not going to AEW.
I never say never, but I will see. I would love to see that match though. Yeah,
tell me that wouldn't be a banger. Come on,
that's automatic. That's automatic.
But I ain't heard you say that in a long time.
I'm just saying, Seth and Ospreay. Come on now. If you don't want to see that, then you don't like wrestling now.
You know, people say Will Ospreay's not wrestling.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you with that.
I like Will Ospreay. Kenny Omega.
I'll watch this match any day of the week.
Yeah, he always has good matches. I don't care what anyone says. He goes over the top. He does, but his match is so good.
Kenny Omega. If I had to pick Kenny Omega against somebody right now from a different company right now.
Oh, right now. Oh, Gunther.
Kenny Omega.
Ooh.
What's Gunther doing for Mania?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Shit, he need to fight Seth, like we were saying.
I think Braun Breaker's gonna be back in time. I think he really is. I think Braun's gonna be back. I really do. I think Braun and Seth are gonna go at Mania.
But who's Gunther gonna fight at Mania?
I don't know.
Only thing.
I mean, you gotta put him on the card, right? Is it a must to put Gunther on there?
Not necessarily. Yeah. I mean, you could do what Bubba was saying. Have Oba beat Brock, and then Gunther come out there and have a moment with Brock, saying it's probably about that time.
Why do all that, dude? Why do all? I tell you, people just want to cram so much into Mania. You gotta have something for Raw.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't know if Brock gonna be on Raw like that. So,
but that seems like such a waste of Gunther being on Mania.
Yeah, possibly.
And then not only that, then you really are solidifying that Gunther's only role is to retire people. So if you retire everyone, then what is there left for Gunther to do? Not for nothing. I don't like that idea.
I'm just saying. I mean, if he ain't got nobody to face, I mean, I don't know what he does next.
If he does it, you know what? This is what I would do. The rumor was he'll fight Mysterio, but Mysterio's not cleared. Mm-hmm. So what I would do if Seth comes back, Braun comes back and fights Seth. The only person I would like to see go to fight at this point in time is to get the dragon off his back. I'm gonna say it again, Ilya the Dragunov. some kind of way to kind of bring that together in these next 2 weeks and kind of like, hey, I
Yeah,
need
you
to, I
know
need to do
what?
something.
Yeah, you know how you could do that. So, Dragunov is backstage because again he lost to Carmelo. He
Mm-hmm.
should be feeling sorry or some type of pity, and Gunther could be like, "Who the hell is this? This is not the Dragunov I know." It'd be weird, but I mean, it's something you could
Yeah,
do.
that's a face type of motivation type thing. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
not not so much of a face motivation, but it's like this is not the guy I knew. I don't know, I guess it would be face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no. Put it as he's like, beating a man while he's down. He's kicking him while he's down. Of course, you weren't ready for the U.S. title shot. You weren't good enough. Well, no, he beat. Oh God, because he already beat Gunther.
Yeah.
But see, I'll add that element though. Gunther can say it can come from Gunther be like, hey, I haven't told anybody this, but I've been doing these grateful things. I've been a champion 80% of the time I've been in the company. I've been retiring your heroes, yada yada yada. But there's one thing that I still have to get this asterisk off my record.
Yeah, and
Ilya
Ilya Dragunov. I need to correct this,
yeah,
So
that's what he was doing before. Because people didn't think, oh, he beat Orton in that King of the Ring tournament because Orton's shoulder was kind of up, but that's why he went back and corrected that. So I mean, they could
Well,
pull it out some way, but
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna ask the questions. Is NXT canon? And if NXT is canon, is NXT UK canon? Because I think that's the question.
well, I would say this. I would say if you fight any of those two guys, the mark is still there to this day.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, it's for the WWE fans. Okay, look, I won't be mad at it. I mean, at some point, you don't even need to have reasons. Just throw the match on there.
Hmm?
Be like Tony Khan. Just say because I feel like it.
I don't know. But we're gonna end with another injury has come along with Nikki Bella, from what they say. And so, do you think who do you think will be in this tag match? If the Bellas are out now, so if Nikki's injured, she can't make Mania. Who's going to be in this women's tag team title match?
I have no idea.
Because we
Well,
got
they can
Last Legend and Nia Jax as champions. Most likely Charlotte and Alexa. But do they have
Well,
a
they gotta defend
multi tag match or
they,
what?
they gotta defend the tag titles on Raw against Lyra and Bailey.
yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
So not for nothing, I cannot pretend that title changes haven't been a consistent thing as of late. I honestly got to wait to see what happens on Raw. Lyra and Bailey could actually win the tag titles, and they just go with a different plan if Bella is hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can. They can do a couple of things with that too. If they have that many people in the ring, they can particularly have Nikki in the matches, or have her do a lot of maybe get a pin or get pinned. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what
But
the
yeah,
injury is.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
exactly what the injury is. I don't know. With that match on Raw, I just think it's going to end like all these other matches have ended with somebody interfering. That's what the last few matches they've been having on SmackDown. They've been getting a
Yeah,
lot of interference.
but the last time it was the idea of the Bellas being involved, but the Bellas not involved, they may have to switch plans. Because ideally, I thought it'd be a multi-person match, no matter who is in it. The Bellas win the tag titles. Honestly, here.
Yeah.
I think that too. I think we'll find out more about that too. Because I thought when I saw SmackDown, she was the referee with her for a while on the floor. So I think it's something that happened. But I guess we'll have to find out. But my question to y'all is, because I didn't get to talk to y'all about this, is that Trump, you said something. You've been saying it probably for months about the Usos. Now we thought the Usos were going to fight Division, but they fought them last week. Now tomorrow they got a street fight of some sort, right? Something like that on Raw. So if they not fighting, I don't think they would put this a third time at Mania within this next couple of weeks. So do they fight the Hardy Boys?
I think that's the bigger match, but at this point, they so involved with the Roman and Punk situation. They got this thing with Jay and LA Knight not seeing eye to eye, and so and then like I say, still got stuff going on with Division. So I don't. They all over the place, and
Well,
where
that,
Hardys just come out of nowhere getting a title shot. I don't. I would like to see the match, but it just seems like it would be out of nowhere with what all the Usos are doing right now.
well, think about this. My only thing to add to that, to why I would agree with you that could happen. CM Punk said something to Roman. I mean, after he got popped on the table, he was laughing. He said, "I'm not the one who needs help." So, what did Punk bring the Hardys in?
No. 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 Nah. He's not a Hardy Boy fan. Punk likes that street fight tough guy type. He likes the technical wrestlers. Punk. The whole thing about Punk laughing about I don't need help. This goes to the whole thing that happened on Raw, where Roman wasn't going to do anything. At least it didn't seem like it until Jay said, "You know what to do. You need to go whatever."
Yeah, smash them all. Smash them all.
Exactly. Roman reacting to that statement, and then them that proves Punk's point that you are a person who have zero success without help. I just want to go through this real quick. Roman was booed out of the building for most of his career outside of the Shield, right?
Yeah.
He was just a big dog. Paul Heyman saved his career. Not for nothing, Paul Heyman saved his career. Then you have the Usos. The Usos came along and they helped Roman maintain championships. And then you have his cousin Solo who came along and helped him maintain even more championships. Roman's entire success in his career, at least as a tribal chief, has been on the backs of other people. He has not done much by himself. And this is the point Punk has been driving home. That whole bit proves Punk's point. And if Roman continues like this with the Usos jumping in a Roman and Punk situation, yeah, Punk's going to be 100% right, even come Mania. Roman can't do anything by himself.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an idea if Punk decided he want to just get the Usos out the way and let Roman actually do it himself. Yeah, he can bring the Hardys in. It could be a big pop, and he'll definitely be the babyface out of the situation. But the way he's been acting like the heel. So I don't know.
I know, it's just Punk. I guess my whole thing is like, dude, the whole Punk and Jeff Hardy feud, they are polar opposites of each other. The Hardy Boys and Punk are not as much as they look the same. They are truly polar opposites. It wouldn't even make sense.
But I mean, it's a different Punk from then when he fought Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just kind of that's. I can only react to what I've seen on screen, and what I've seen Punk on screen, nothing even relates to him talking to the Hardys about anything. I'm not saying he wouldn't. It's just that, hey, I need help. That doesn't seem like the group he would go to.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's the only reason why it's hard for me to see. And plus, it isn't like the Hardys and the Usos have had interactions that it could even make sense from that standpoint. It just seems so out of the blue. That's my only thing.
It'd be very out of the blue, but I mean, I still think people will get those last few tickets that they want to sell right now. I feel like that'll push it over. I believe.
You think so? Okay, I guess.
I think it'll help. I mean, it'll help.
Maybe, dude. They can't sell tickets for Punk and Roman as the main event.
I don't know, but that's why I think Roman's going to win. Because I think Roman is reverting back to the beginning of the bloodline. I think they're trying to run it back. That's why I think he will get the world title, and people are gonna think he won't have the belt as long as he did before, but he's gonna have a few months. But I think it's gonna lead to somebody just stopping his reign to a screeching halt, which is I think is gonna be over Femi. At SummerSlam. But I don't know. We'll see. We got a few more weeks to go for WrestleMania. We got a lot to be built up, and so we're gonna cover it all right here on the Champions Corner podcast. We're just going to leave this one. We'll be back on Thursday, folks, unless we just feel like getting on. You know how we do. We just get on when we feel like it. So that's why you hit the notification bells. You hit that like button. Share this to all of your friends. Like I said, we'll be your friends to listen to wrestling with. And so we'll say goodbye to people. Mr. Historian.
Hey, happy to be here. Good talking with you guys today. Thank you, everybody, for watching it. Like, comment, subscribe. Champions going to time.
Yay. 2 years, man. Like, we're still celebrating 2 years of being on, and we're going to do more as long as we want to. So say goodbye to the people, Professor.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace. Oh, man.